Greetings, God bless. I would like to address the question of the smell. People have gone through certain things, and so beyond the infection of record, I wanted to also post about other reasons, other things that can cause a sense of smell issue. So nasal polyps, which is a minor non-cancerous progression in the nose and sinuses blocking the nasal passage. And then injury to the nasal cavity, damaging the olfactory nerves such as surgery or head trauma. So think about what kind of protocol was practiced that was jabbing in our sinuses this past 2 years. For those of you who did get the bloody, or the jabby thing, exposure to noxious substances such as pesticides. So I don't know about you, but everywhere I was, people were slathering this on and spraying every surface. And I have multiple chemical sensitivity, so there was a lot of that going around. Then certain medicines, antidepressants, anti-inflammatory medications, antibiotics, and cardiac drugs. Apparently, a side effect is loss of smell, the abuse of cocaine. So, putting substances up the nose, it can affect your sense of smell. Old age. So, with old age, your sense of smell, like other organ activity, that can weaken with time. And then underlying health conditions. So I remember years ago that Alzheimer's was detected from loss of sense of smell. Like I remember seeing an article that holding peanut butter a foot away can help to detect Alzheimer's, because if you can't smell it, that means you have an inclination for Alzheimer's. And then I remember reading another time that depression also can be diagnosed with a lack of sense of smell. And then here it says also Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, hormonal imbalances, congenital disorders, and nutritional deficiencies. So with the current lockdown culture of staying at home, suffocating, wearing a mask, and not exhaling toxins, which might lend to maybe more infections in the sinuses, which then can maybe damage things. Use of those sprays, the sanitizing sprays, and not getting out in sunlight, failing to go out and move, failing to connect with loved ones, failing to get fresh air, and indoors now, being cooked basically by your mobile phone, by your router, by the smart meter in your building, by the new 5G installation, cell phone towers. So those are all things that are known, scientific studies, that it compromises the immune system. I don't understand why, there are even alternative, influencers who won't admit that there's studies on the effect of 5G on biology. If you're seeing those trees that where the leaves are all kind of fried, like this is a new thing I've been seeing lately, where leaves are acting kind of different, like they're crispy during wet season, or they've turned white. And maybe it is some application that somebody, landscaping, maybe it is some weird thing, but I am thinking that it's 5G, and not just 5G, of course, it's mobile phone towers, because the weird things that are going on where, entire birds are dying. Like this started with the bee colony collapse. Yes, it was pesticides causing bee colony collapse, but the irony is they didn't talk about electromagnetic frequencies. And electromagnetic frequencies, even the basic old-fashioned wiring in a house is hard on the body. And the transformers that are up on the telephone poles, those cylindrical things, they can be toxic the second building over. Books, I was reading books like in the 80s or 90s about how children who were born in the house, or who were children who lived in the house, second house over from where those cylindrical transformers were, always had leukemia. So we have had science about how toxic electromagnetics are. Just just the electricity. With the 5G, it's even more intense. So I just want to say that the modern narrative of losing a sense of smell from this one infection of record is inaccurate and incomplete. And whoever's censoring that information is failing to serve the community. Because if you're just focusing on one illness, like let's say multiple sclerosis, but we're going to hide the other effects, the other things that kind of cause a side effect of multiple sclerosis, I don't think you're really helping the public. And I'm not talking about any particular multiple sclerosis group, but I'm talking about another major chronic illness group that seems to be censoring basic non, you know, like information. So anyways, just know there's other reasons for that, ways that you can actually heal your sense of smell. And it can be nutrition, it can be activity that, like add healthy activity to your life. It can be of what not to do. Stop wearing a mask that might be causing problems. Stop getting things jabbed up in your sinuses. Maybe try to heal what was scrubbed away, or maybe what was installed. And I'm not a huge fan of neti pots. They don't work for me. But maybe doing a sauna or whatever. Using essential oils, just inhaling them, and optimizing your diet again. So, and getting some sunlight. I would say those are really powerful, potent, time tested, unirrefutable things that help. And I know that there's so much information like don't be out in the sunlight, and I mean, of course, if you're never out in the sunlight and you go in the blazing hottest time of the day, yeah, that's going to affect you. So wear long sleeves and wear a sun hat until you can handle extended direct exposure. So you have to have some common sense. You have to be an adult, a responsible adult about this kind of thing. But I just wanted to put that information out there, that there's other reasons why people's sense of smell are having issues. Thank you for listening. God bless.